Good evening and welcome to Camnet TV News today, 18th of November, the year 2025. Look at the news headlines. LEWANIKA General Hospital records 122 preterm births in 2025. Of State Council of the People's Republic of China coming to Zambia. Community calls for improved learning conditions for hearing-impaired pupils. International news, United Nations seeks to expand presence in Sudan while intensifies. In sports, MBAPPÉ seeks 260 million euros from PSG as legal battle intensifies. Join me for these and many more stories after the break.
Are you looking for efficient courier standards? Trusted partner in swift and secure deliveries be your ultimate choice. Whether it's a small package or a hefty consignment, UBZ Courier handles it all, locally and internationally. Our modern call center ensures personalized attention for every client. For seamless deliveries within Zambia and beyond, trust UBZ Courier. Call us +260 763 062 680 or visit us at plot number 15 Mwapondo, Woodland, Lusaka, Zambia. UBZ Courier, a world-class brand that can be trusted.
Camnet TV main news now broadcasting live on Topstar channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Kenstream app. With the main news in detail, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Community members in the LIMULUNGA district of Western Province have appealed to government to urgently address the poor learning conditions facing pupils with hearing impairments at LIMULUNGA Primary School. They argue that the children have been neglected and continue to learn in dilapidated classroom blocks that is unfit for use. Kendam Temwa, a concerned resident, says the state of the infrastructure undermines the education and welfare of learners learning with disabilities. Meanwhile, Zambia Agency of Persons with Disabilities, ZAPID, Assistant Provincial Officer Simona has described the situation as disappointing and detrimental to the pupils' academic progress. Ms. Mubyana has since urged both the school management and the government to take immediate action to provide a more conducive and safe learning environment, stressing that all pupils deserve equal access to quality education. Our reporter, Musiewo Kelvin Kabila, forwarded in this report.
This is a classroom being used by children with a hearing impairment at LIMULUNGA Primary School. Residents of LIMULUNGA district have raised concern over the learning environment for pupils living with disabilities. In an interview with Camnet News, Temwa says pupils living with disabilities have been neglected at the school, and he is appealing to government to address this situation.
Mane happy babali basina batu sinalunda mu binezi mimu yawo bayitu hautabi sisyaba mane nbado wapira mu LIMULUNGA district manyiro ko batusi kono kuyayerwa yekinako yale season kinako yapula so haidi nako yapula abakono handi nani babelema waya kwa alimu mifatasi.
Meanwhile, that Assistant Provincial Officer Simona has condemned the situation, stating that it would jeopardize the learning of pupils.
We we are disheartened by the special unit where those with special needs are learning from. The environment is not conducive for learning. The infrastructure is in bad shape, which we feel will affect or is affecting those children with disabilities, gaining the much needed education that they need. As you know, education is key to success, and it is our equalizer in our life to learn, and therefore we are calling up the school administrators and also the district education leadership to ensure that they are able to put more measures so that those kids with disabilities are able to learn in a very conducive environment.
An effort to get a comment from LIMULUNGA District Education Board Secretary Inonge Muhao failed as she declined to speak to the media and drove off. Kelvin Kabira Museo, Camnet News in District Western Province.
Still in Western Province, residents of Kalale in Kema District have commended the government for improving access to health care through the construction and opening of new health facilities in rural areas. Mary Kamaya told Camnet News that the community previously struggled to access medical services due to long distances, forcing many expectant mothers to deliver at home, with some losing their lives on the way to health centers. Ms. Kamaya said the newly completed health post has brought relief to the community, noting that it will help reduce maternal deaths and make essential health services more accessible to families in the area. Meanwhile, Western Province Minister and KM Member of Parliament Kapelo said ongoing infrastructure projects, especially in the health sector, reflect the government's commitment to improving the well-being of citizens. He encouraged Kalale residents to make full use of the newly constructed facility and avoid overcrowded learning spaces meant for pupils. Musiebo Kabila Kelvin filed in this report.
About 8,000 residents of Kalale area in Nkema district used to encounter challenges for them to access health services long distances. The completion of Kalale Health signifies Nkema Town Council its commitment towards delivering development to the community using the Constituency Development Fund. The Western Province Minister, who is also Nkema Member of Parliament, Kapelo Mbangweta, officiated at the handing over ceremony.
Banana barena sepa mwadima kuli aka pate aka banana faka na maskolo twale banana sebana zivo eba fumani kwa health learners pate la sabana nasika kwa ruliwa lukupa kuli baba ngulu basike bayanga kwate mina sami na sale neba kwanu kwa Nkema likazelo na kweza deka kutuwa kimina saba kizengata Mira itumela kakuli ngalo naluso ikuli fabitero akuta kutuluberekera.
Nkema District Commissioner Edison Kubesa and Nkema District Health Director Dr. Simon Mutemba says the new health facility will reduce on long distances residents of Kalale used to walk for them to access services.
Afite kwa sichaba kacheku kiye marisources ya muso lwa iponelao na kuli kisani spatela kesi ya hiwa seo dene mze msepisa mweteleli wanaye ubonikuli CDF ikalula kwa tazenga tazika bulela na kachekule one CDF ipeka kubona kuli lipata zabate.
Because having a health facility like this one in such areas, it can just bring joy to us as health workers. It's not good for us to be seeing people going to the distance too long, and there were a lot of problems that we were facing for the women, pregnant women. Yeah. And for your information, the catchment area of Nkema Mini Hospital has 40, but for Kalale alone has 8,000 people. And that population, it really deserves to have a health facility like this one.
Community members have expressed gratitude toward the stating that it will alleviate the challenges they used to encounter when seeking health services.
Kushwela manzila kuya kwa Kemba kunyanda kuzwa kuya kwa Samapeni nerunyanda hulu tume zisipatela se sukali tusa hulu neruziele hanerunyanda neruya kwa Kemba neruya kwa Chimano mimane baba mwakukula nerufumane ya kulibasha mwalinzila baba mubali mbututu balimba bapuluwela mwalinzila kono lui tumeze ahulu kuli muso ubelekezi kuluna kwa kulutisa sipatela se kifani una wamali baby ne akulimane lwakona kuzwela kutafa bukaufi kwa spimo.
Kelvin Kabila Msiye, Camnet News in Kema District, Western Province.
The Drug Enforcement Commission DEC has arrested 5 suspects in a series of coordinated operations conducted across Lusaka, Mansa, Nakonde, and Mpongwe. DEC Deputy Public Relations Officer Teresa Mawere says the joint efforts led to the seizure of cannabis, miraa, and controlled medicines as authorities intensified the fight against drug trafficking. She says in Lusaka and Mansa, DEC officers arrested 3 young men identified as Gift Kaumamukanta, 20, Jackson Kapesa, 20, and Hemet Mbele Mumba, 19. The trio was found with 5 kilograms of cannabis trafficking under the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act. Meanwhile, a separate operation in Nakonde conducted with the Zambia Medicine Authority, ZAMRA, resulted in the arrest of 58-year-old Edifilo Sumukoko, who was found with 1,280 tablets of phenobarbital. Officers also detained 50-year-old Loveness after she was found in possession of 198 bundles of miraa weighing 98 kilograms.
The Drug Enforcement Commission has arrested 5 individuals for various drug trafficking offenses across the country. In a joint operation involving officers from Lusaka and Mansa districts, 3 suspects aged 20 and 1 aged 19 were arrested for trafficking in 1.5 kilograms of cannabis, contrary to the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act No. 35 of 2021. In the district, Muchinga province, a joint ZAMRA operation led to the arrest of a 58-year-old man for trafficking in 1,230 tablets of phenobarbital, a controlled sedative drug. A 50-year-old woman was also arrested for trafficking in 198 bundles of miraa weighing 98 kilograms. Meanwhile, in the district, in the Copper Belt province, a 49-year-old suspect was arrested in Rwanda for trafficking in 227 sachets of high-grade cannabis known as weighing 2.5 kilograms. The Commission urges all citizens to continue reporting suspicious activities to law enforcement agencies so that through community participation, we can effectively and efficiently prevent, detect, combat the illicit cultivation, production, trafficking, and abuse of narcotic drugs, psychotropic substances, and precursor chemicals.
LEWANIKA General Hospital in Mongu has recorded 122 preterm births between January and November 2025. The figures were released during the commemoration of the World Prematurity Day held at the hospital, highlighting the continued need for strengthened neonatal care in Western Province. Speaking at the event, Western Province Public Health Specialist Dr. Imamba Akakambama said most health facilities in the region were adequately equipped with both medical equipment and trained personnel to manage neonatal cases. He urged stakeholders, including NGOs, civil society organizations, and traditional leaders, to work with government in addressing the causes and challenges surrounding preterm births. Guest owner and Mongu Mayor the government's commitment to improving neonatal services and bringing healthcare closer to communities.
Mongo District in Western Province joined the rest of the world commemorating World Prematurity Day. The World Prematurity Day is observed on 17th November each year to raise awareness of preterm birth and heal the concerns of preterm babies and their families worldwide. And the Rwanda hospital where the event took place has recorded 122 prematurity babies. And in his welcoming remarks, LEWANIKA General Hospital Medical Superintendent Dr. Kapatsoso Kena and LEWANIKA General Hospital Acting Public Health Specialist Dr. Im said there is a need for more collaboration in the fight of prematurity babies in the province.
First premature birth, and we commit ourselves as health professionals to ensuring every child has a fair chance at life. Globally, about 1 in 10 babies is born premature. In Zambia, prematurity remains the causes of neonatal mortality as we speak in our facilities. This document shows what government, partners and communities can achieve together as saving newborn lives is a collective moral duty.
Speaking during the conversation, guest Mayor of Mongo Nyambemu Yumbana said that the government is committed in ensuring that health services neonatal are brought closer to the people.
And Mongo District Hospital to be renovated so that we are able to provide a very good delivery space for our mother. So in Africa we say a child is never raised alone, it's a responsibility, and that's why it is important that all of us should congregate together towards this child. And today we are saying this child should be that child who has been born.
But care within the community might not be provided. So for those ones who are able to reach a facility and they need to receive that service at a higher level, we have also strong referral systems. Our makers on the ground understand that they need.
The mothers to the preterm gave their testimony on how they managed and he helped to serve their children.
The first twin weighed 0.9 kg, the second twin 1.1. But as we went on, and with the help of the nurses and the midwives, they all gained.
Mayor of Mongo handed over several hampers to some mothers at LEWANIKA General Hospital. Camnet News in Mongo District, Western Province.
Finance and National Planning Minister Tumbeko has emphasized the importance of driven decision-making, promoting inclusive development, supporting vulnerable populations, and fostering peace and justice in Zambia. Speaking during the 2025 Africa Statistics Day celebrations, he said accurate statistics remain central to effective government planning and policy formulation. Dr. Msokotwane noted that Zambia's economy has continued to record annual growth since 2021, despite facing multiple challenges. He highlighted government initiatives aimed at leaving no one behind, including financial support for entrepreneurs and social cash transfer programs targeting the most vulnerable communities. And Acting Statistician General Sheila Mudenda added that Zamstat is embracing innovation and smart systems in data collection to minimize errors and enhance transparency.
Decisions almost on a daily basis, annual basis. Statistics is a tool that is extremely important for us. Extremely important for us. Let me give you a few examples that we get confronted with. First example, I think we are all working towards reducing poverty in our country. And through economic growth, looking to get jobs, looking for business opportunities. achieving is not a one-day affair, it's not a one-week affair, not even a one-year affair. It is a process. Year after year, you make progress towards creating more jobs. More and more people get in the job. But the truth of the matter, as we see today, there are many other people who may not immediately find themselves in a job or business because it takes time. So some get left behind. And this is what we are witnessing today. Since 2021, this
important advances reflect the essence of this CLC, that we are leveraging innovation in multiple ways, among others, digital data, and smart systems, as ZAMBIA is scaling tablet-based service, automated checks, and real-time monitoring dashboards, reducing errors, timeliness, and transparency.
Premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of China, His Excellency Li Qiang, will undertake an official visit to Zambia from 19th to 20th November 2025. The visit comes at the invitation of President Hakainde Hichilema and follows his successful state visit to China in September 2023, which elevated bilateral relations to a comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership. This stay, Premier Li Qiang is scheduled to hold bilateral talks with President Hichilema at State House in Lusaka. Discussions are expected to focus on cooperation in key areas including trade and investment, transport and logistics, energy, mining, agriculture, and technology. Both leaders will also review progress on ongoing projects, such as the revitalization of the Tanzania-Zambia Railway Authority, Zambia's strategic importance in regional connectivity and industrialization is key focus of the engagement. Premier Li Qiang is expected to depart Zambia on 20th November 2025 after concluding his engagements. Moving on in the news, Spark System Zambia Limited has donated 120,000 kwacha to support the 2025 Tech Excellency Awards. This marks the second consecutive year the company will serve as a platinum sponsor of the National Technology Awards. Speaking during the handover, Spark Systems Business Development Executive Alice Satela Chukua said the company remains committed to promoting innovation and excellence in Zambia's IT sector. She noted that the arts play an important role in recognizing professionals who are driving digital transformation in the country. The award ceremony is scheduled to take place on 6 December 2025. Receiving the contribution, ICT AZ Chief Executive Officer Chela Savwe thanks Spark Systems for their continued partnership. He said the support strengthens the institution's efforts to uplift standards and celebrate outstanding achievements in the ICT industry.
Spark Systems is an ICT company that's specialized in ICT enterprise solutions. We deal with infrastructure, cloud solution, cybersecurity, and all your security needs. As Spark Systems, we believe in empowering and promoting innovation when it comes to technology. This is why today we to sponsor the 2025 ICTA's Excellence Awards. We believe these awards are there to recognize the innovators and the young minds and everybody else that is doing great stuff in the IT world. As Spark Systems, we are more than glad and privileged to donate a check of 150,000 to the ICTA's Association, helping them as they plan for the ICTA's Awards.
Thank you for the gesture. Excited to say that this is actually the second year in a row that SPAC has come to become the platinum sponsor for the Actors Awards. This year, once again, we meet at the iconic Hotel Intercontinental here in Osaka to celebrate tech excellency in the country. We just want to take time to celebrate the professionals, the IT professionals in the country who are doing quite amazing things through the ICTAS Tech Excellency Award. And we don't work alone, we work with our partners and other cooperative partners who come and say, oh, these are assured that.
And that particular news item takes us to our first set of commercials, but do join us for international and sports news when we come back, please. Go away.
Get all the latest updates in court news only on Camnet TV. Feel part of the court sessions through our in-depth education. Get on those who have been arrested, delayed and denied the police bond or bail victims, persons taking plea, adjournments, verdicts, and those administration issues in the judiciary. You can also a like on our social media platforms, Camnet TV, not just another channel.
Enjoy the benefits with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750,000 kwacha paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 763 359 0779 432 993. Classified express here at your financial friend.
From time we've had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down to those that dig holes in pockets due to constant placement and huge consumption of our systems. Savenda introduces the new and advanced bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 5,000. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, lights, cylinder, outdoor, and solar street made to customer specifications. Let's live on the by choosing the wide range of Savenda Electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com.
Enjoy the benefits of an instant loan with us ranging from 1,000 kwacha to 750 paid express once collateral is viewed, valued and verified. Call us on 0763 595 359 or 0779 432 993. Classified express here as your financial friend.
Potatoes, the unsung heroes of from crispy chips to creamy mash. Potatoes are the versatile stars of your kitchen, grown with love by our dedicated workforce drawn from around the community of Alabama. The farm's commitment is to see to it that we have potatoes that are grown right, healthy, big and tasty. For that quick fix or big celebration or that meal that brings family together, top chefs rely on the potato to create culinary masterpieces. And for others, it's that icebreaker to a delightful conversation. Embrace the magic of Savenda potatoes. They're not just a side dish, the heart and soul of your Savenda. Save nations, develop Africa.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for still joining us on the Camnet News Desk. And now in international news. United Nations Humanitarian Chief Tom Fletcher has called for a major expansion of the United Nations presence in Sudan as violence escalates in Darfur as a horror show and as a crime scene. Speaking to reporters in New York via video link from Sudan, He said the UN must move closer to affected communities with more personnel on the ground. His visit forms part of a wider 5 to 6 week surge in senior leadership engagement that also includes officials from the IOM and WFP. Fletcher warned that humanitarian needs remain overwhelming, with nearly 2/3 of Sudan's population requiring assistance, while the UN's 2025 appeal is only 2% funded. He said limited resources are forcing brutal life and death choices, even as the UN works to secure access to El Fasher on UN terms to ensure that aid delivery remains. A roundup of international stories courtesy of Africa News.
Gunmen attacked a high school in northwestern Nigeria before dawn on Monday, abducting 25 schoolgirls and killing at least one staff member in a tragic incident that has left communities and families devastated. Families are now going through pain while staring at these unresolved trauma.
It comes with huge illicit economic for them, because government wouldn't want to be painted in the bad light, like weak and incapable of protecting the people. Go and look today, more than a decade after Chibok girls' abduction. It is still a major conversation in the country now. So this is what gives global traction to terrorist activities.
The kidnappings are met with public sorrow and anger, highlighting public perception that the government remains vulnerable and unable to protect its citizens.
If, for instance, let's say people have been kidnapped in the market, it doesn't go far. If people have been kidnapped on the road, it doesn't go far. What gains traction is when strategic kidnapping like school, children. I'm very sure tomorrow you will see UNICEF issuing statements, Save the Children issuing statements, international agencies issuing statements. It gives the traction that feeds into the propaganda machinery of those terrorist groups.
Nigeria continues to reel from complex security challenges. The emotional toll is heavy as amorphous groups of armed bandits who specialize in kidnapping for ransom have traumatized hundreds of families across northern region through high-profile actions of demanding. Humanitarian Chief Tom Fletcher has urged for a dramatic expansion of UN presence in Sudan as violence intensifies in Darfur. Fletcher described Darfur as a horror show, adding the El Fasher is a crime scene based on testimonies from survivors.
Clear to me has been since my first week in the job I visited Darfur that we need more UN boots on the ground. The UN is a ship that was not built to stay in the harbour, and this visit has been part of that big push to make sure we're mobilised closer to those we serve.
Citing strong international messaging, including from the White House, Fletcher said all parties must grant humanitarian access and work to end the conflict. The level of impunity in Sudan, he warned, is utterly unacceptable.
With RSF representatives to make clear that we demand full accountability for the atrocities that have taken place in Al Fasher, that we insist on full civilian protection, and that we will be vigilant in protecting civilians, and we demand that of all the parties on the ground. We also discussed the requirements we have for safe passage into Al Fasher and out of Al Fasher. Into Al Fasher for our humanitarian life-saving support, and out of Al Fasher survivors who are so desperately to flee.
The RSF is El Fasher, the capital of North Darfur. They rampage through the Saudi hospital in the city, killing more than 450 people, according to the World Health Organization.
Ethiopia has confirmed the death of 3 people who had contracted the Marburg virus. The health ministry said identities were being investigated for a possible connection to the disease. This announcement comes after Ethiopian authorities declared the Marburg outbreak on Friday. It was reported in the Omo region, an area in Sudan. Ethiopian Health Minister Megdes Daba said the government had conducted tests in 17 cases in the country's south. In addition, 129 people who were in contact with the confirmed cases have been isolated and are being monitored. Marburg is a highly contagious hemorrhagic virus from the same family as Ebola. Marburg virus originates in fruit bats and spreads between people through close contact with bodily fluids or contaminated surfaces. Symptoms include fever, muscle pains, diarrhea, and vomiting.
And finally, in sports news this evening, the legal dispute between Paris Saint-Germain and Kylian Mbappé escalated on Monday, with both sides making colossal financial demands. The French star forward and his former club are at odds over alleged unpaid wages, and an industrial court is examining the dispute. Mbappé, who did not attend the hearing, previously claimed reigning European champion owed him 55 million euros, approximately $60 million. Now demands more than 260 million euros from the club, arguing that PSG owes him that money because his fixed-term contract should be reclassified as a permanent one.
The legal dispute between Paris Saint-Germain and Kylian Mbappé escalated on Monday, with both sides making colossal financial demands as the trial began in Paris. Forward and his former club are at odds over alleged unpaid wages, and the industrial court is currently examining the dispute. Mbappé, who did not attend the hearing, previously claimed the reigning European champions owed him 55 million euros. He now demands 260 million euros from the club, arguing that PSG owes him that money because his term contract should be classified as a permanent one. PSG, meanwhile, is seeking a total of 440 million euros from the striker, including 180 million euros when he refused to move to Al Hilal in 2023.
And that sporting item brings us to the end of this edition of Main News on Camnet TV. But before we go, we'll take a quick recap of stories that made headlines. LEWANIKA General Hospital records 122 preterm births in 2025. Premier of the State Council of the People's Republic of Zambia. LIMULUNGA community calls for improved learning conditions for hearing-impaired pupils. United Nations seeks one presence in Sudan as violence intensifies. MBAPPÉ seeks 260 million euros from PSG as legal intensifies. We now look at the Camnet verse for the day, coming from the book of John, chapter 14, verse 6. It reads, Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but me. We end the Bible reading and we end the main news on Camnet TV. But dear viewer, like always, be reminded that Camnet TV is not just another channel. Now showing on TopStar channel 106, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the CaneStream app. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Good evening and God bless.